your question was actually two-sided.
Yeah.
Your question was two-sided. The next one is on the disadvantages of the social media. When I just hear of these disadvantages, actually, I would say the social media is a two-sided coin. It is a double-edged sword, and it is actually very, very dangerous when it is being misused.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, the first thing I want to say is the fact that when I was giving my definition, I mentioned about content creation. The first thing, the content uploaded on some social media platforms have contributed to a rampant increase of sexual deviations in our today's society. Now, you bear witness with me that we have a whole lot of young people, with phones, tablets, and laptops. What they watch on those laptops, nobody knows. And what they watch on the laptops actually has a lot to play with their psychologies, their moral upbringing, and their spiritual upbringing. When we talk of this sexual deviation, a lot of people ask, what do we refer to as sexual deviation? God created man and woman. God created sex, man and woman. And therefore, I always say, any form of sexual activity outside the lawful heterosexual relationship is considered as a sexual deviation. Now, with the coming of the media, most of our youth they get engaged in watching pornographic films. These pornographic films are capable of rising their sexual hormones. And when these sexual hormones are being aroused, it is easier for the youth, or it is easier for the individual to either get engaged in fornication, premarital sex.
Yeah.
It is easier for the individual to get engaged in masturbation, the self-manipulation of genital organs, just for the purpose of sexual satisfaction, especially when there is no partner around. It goes equally as far as promoting public nudity, which we see young men who take naked pictures and send to females. Females will do likewise. Exhibitionism, and a whole lot of them, which are things we see on social media every day. So the coming of social media has contributed to the rampant increase of sexual deviation in our today's society, which is the act of moving away from the initial man and woman, lawful and in a conjugal relationship. Now, apart from this, we equally realize that even though when talking about the aspect of the positivity of social media, we did mention of the fact that the social media has contributed very well to the educational sector. But I must tell you, in as much as it has contributed, it has done so just for a few. Because we have a lot of graduates, or let me say, we have a lot of certificates, but we have less professionals. That's true. Reason being that you go to a professional university, for instance, somebody studying nursing in the university, gets to the university, and with so much love for social media, TikTok, they prefer to make videos every day and upload on social media videos that makes no sense to the society and contribute absolutely nothing to the society. And in the course of doing all these things, there is that loss of focus and objectivity in education. Now, this loss of focus and objectivity in education does not only end there, it goes as far as doing either cartouche just to pass exams and please their parents. It goes as far as doing
or paying someone to write the exams for you or the CA for you.
Thank you. I'm coming to that. Pay someone to write. Groundwork. Some of our youth, they do that in the morning. They study in the morning to go and write in the afternoon. And immediately after the exam, tap the person and you ask, Bo, what did you write? I have written the exam. That is the most important thing. I will pass the exam. That is the most important thing. And this is because we go on social media. Okay, the teacher has said, go and find or go and do research on this. Just go on social media, tap, and you copy out and you paste. No room for creativity. No room for improvisation.
But then again, before you continue, then again, on this part of teachers or lecturers giving these students that go and research or go and read by yourself, don't you think it's like the blame shouldn't go to the students entirely, to the teachers too? Because you are a teacher, so you have taken the oath to educate those children. So you come into class and you don't teach or you don't lecture, and you give let me say the mandate or the mantle to the students to go and read on social media, and you don't give any explanation during your next class. Don't you think it's both at the teachers or the lecturers' fault and the students' fault too as well?
Now, I want you to understand exactly where I'm going to or what I'm talking about. The educational system gives room for assignments.
Okay.
And it is by right for any learned lecturer or teacher to test the minds or the intellect of his or her students after a particular topic. You must not do it during exams, and therefore those assignments help the student to grow and better understand the topic. Normally, to me, I am a teacher, I teach, but I believe that every student who wants to succeed must take this or put this in mind. 70% of the work should be on the student and not on the lecturer. So the lecturer actually delivers, and the student has to read, improvise, and give more explanation on what he or she has understood. If not, we'll only end up having a lot of future lecturers that will only come to class and give to the students what they were being given by their own lecturers. No room for improvisation. So what I am talking about is when it comes to assignments, when it comes to projects.
Okay.
Yes. So that is it. And the other aspect, as far as the negative impact of this social media is concerned, has to do with the aspect of cyber criminality. It has to do with this aspect of cyber criminality. And this cyber criminality has to do with laziness equally. Most of our
lack of unemployment and jobs for those who have the certificate.
Yes, lack of unemployment, but I believe any student who is creative, any youth who is creative, should be able to find something doing, even if it means going extra miles. The extra miles should not be negative. Should find something doing. There are a lot of job opportunities, just that we the youth, we have not accepted to suffer. Yes, we have not accepted to suffer. We have not yet accepted that there is no sweat without sweat. There is no crown without a cross. So this aspect of cyber criminality is actually eating deep into our today's world, where we see youth, all they can do is to sit on their laptops, on their phones, from morning till evening, trying to take from where, or try to reap from where they did not sow. Other people suffer and other people enjoy. And these things are, at some points, I used to think that it has been encouraged and promoted equally by our parents. When I say encouraged and promoted by our parents, it's because a young boy or girl of 17 years, 18 years, 16 years even, comes home, maybe with a whole bundle of money, with a big phone, with a big laptop, and presents to the father. And the father pops champagne to celebrate the joy, the success of getting those gadgets, without asking this one simple question: what do you do for a living? As a parent, that should be the first thing you ask your child when you see the child start bringing up certain things in the house. What do you do for a living? Where is this from? When we were growing up, just this sugar cane. When your father or mother sees you biting sugar cane, your mother will be like, I did not give you money. Who gave you money to buy sugar cane? Because by then, our parents did not even allow us to take money from strangers. Therefore, when they see you with something they are not expecting, they are like, but what is happening?
And beating follows.
Yes, serious beating. But now, what happens is, some parents will not even ask questions. They will embrace and they will celebrate. So, we realize that this has really created a lot of negativity with today's world. The next aspect is addiction. This addiction to drugs. Most of these things are learned online by our youth. And they learn these things when they realize that there is little or nothing for them to offer to the society, maybe because of inferior academic credentials. When they realize that there is little or nothing for them to offer to the society, they get indulged with drugs. These drugs, they will tell us, are to give them courage. Courage to carry out other criminal
activities.
Yes. Other criminal acts or activities like stealing, kidnapping, and abduction. We can name a whole lot of them. So, the social media actually has played down on our youth of today. The other aspect is the rampant increase of accidents is sponsored equally by the social media.
Okay.
I used to face this. I cannot go behind. I used to face this. There are times that I'll be walking down the road, because I have received a message, I am like, no, I must reply this message. Therefore, I am more focused on my phone and nothing else. So let us leave the side of the youth. What about us, the society? So it has gone deeply into creating even accidents. You see a driver in a car, a young person driving, knowing that he is carrying a whole population and trying to do what? Text a lady. Yeah. Just to hang out with a lady after work. These are things that have really gotten deep into our youth. They give more time to the social media than to themselves
and their personal
because
growth.
I think I for 1 year I am somebody who is on social media, I think even 247. But the question is, what are you doing? I do on social media? That is the first question. Our youth needs to understand that the social media has a lot of good things and a lot of bad things. Go for the good and forget the bad. Go for the good and forget the bad. We spoke about friendship when we're talking about the positive aspect. Which type of friends do some of our youth create on social media? It is very difficult for a young man to get up in the morning and greet the parents in the house. But before the young man gets up in the morning, he has greeted about 10 different girls. How was your night? Hope you are doing well. All those things, you discover that it is because we have given time to the social media. And this social media connection has actually contributed to loss of physical connection. Just imagine sitting in a place with somebody,
Mm-hmm.
and the two of you, you're actually, maybe let us chat. You're actually sitting to chat, but A is on phone, B is on phone, C is on phone. At the end of the day, you are sitting together, but all of you are communicating outside the reality, which I think is high time that we, the youth, learn these things. We take the positive. Everything in life has both the positive and the negative, but we have to focus more on the positive, and we avoid negative energy. Yeah, so that is what I think as far as these disadvantages. We have actually mentioned a whole lot of them. The ills, we have mentioned a whole lot of them, talking about the sexual deviation, cyber criminality, talking about the rampant increase of accidents, talking about inferior academic credentials, and talking about the aspects of drug addiction, and it actually leads equally to depression, laziness.
Okay.
You get up in the morning, or you go to a certain house, you visit, the father is on phone, the mother is on phone, the children are on phone. At the end of the day, nothing is done. The father starts shouting, the mother starts shouting, and the children get angry. You know, we the youths, and
You flare up and you
disappear.
walk out. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is it as far as these disadvantages of the media are concerned. Yeah.
Thank you very much for that elaborate explanation as concerns the advantages and disadvantages of the coming of social media. And just to add a two as concerns the disadvantages too, it has led to hate speech and bullying too on social media. Someone posts something, you start bullying the person, you start abusing the person, and all of that. It happens a lot, most especially here in Cameroon milieu. And there are these two social media, I can say, influencers that had a problem, and people just came and started insulting one another and all of that. And someone said one day some of you will insult your destiny helpers or people who are to help you in the future. So this has really led to cyberbullying and insults on social media, and it causes depression and affects the mental health of that person receiving those insults on a daily basis, that hate speech and all of that. And people think it's funny, then again, but it's not funny until when it's done to you. Then you will know that cyberbullying and hate speech is not good, most especially on social media. People have different minds, and people react to some things differently. What you say to someone might lead to that person maybe committing suicide, might lead to that person killing someone or hurting someone or hurting themselves. So we should be careful